In this video, I will provide proof that Benjamin Netanyahu will be arrested within the next 2 years. I will be highlighting Saturn's transit through Aries that will end 2027 and how its opposition to his Libra sun will be the cause behind this. I highly recommend you watch 2 videos I made before, one representing how the same opposition could lead to his death, and the other going into different examples of what happened to people when Saturn was opposite their sun. On November 21st, 2024, arrest warrants were issued against him. As we can see, this was the very last day of Scorpio season, and Saturn, which was in Pisces, was opposite his Saturn in Virgo. What's even more interesting is that this occurred in his 12th house, which is associated with prisons. The most recent precedent of this in a political sense was President Trump. Saturn was transiting 4 degrees retrograde in Pisces, directly opposite his rising in his 7th house of open enemies. However, we will highlight Young Thug and Tory Lanez, given that the transiting Saturn was actually opposite their sun signs. As we can see, Saturn was in Aquarius while it was opposite Young Thug's sun, almost exactly. Here we have this again in December, Saturn 21 degrees Aquarius opposite Tory Lanez Leo placements. As you can see, I'm not making this up out of thin air. There is a clear precedent of what these oppositions can manifest as, and as you can see in this chart, Saturn over the next 2 years will be opposing his Libra sun. This makes the next 2 years very interesting, as political leaders and officials all around the world are making it very clear that they're ready to arrest him the moment they even step foot in their territory. It is important to note that although I said this is proof that he'll be arrested, or like in my other videos, may get assassinated or die of natural causes, this aspect alone isn't enough to prove entirely that any of these things will happen. However, if history has taught us one thing, Saturn does not play around. And relative to the earlier precedents that are just one of many that I have shown you, it's very likely that this may be the case. Please comment down below your thoughts. It's possible that if he's actually in the right, Saturn will exonerate him. But over the next 2 years, if he is guilty of anything, he will be made to answer for that by the opposition being exact. You guys stay blessed as always, and I'll see you next time. Peace.